Hello everyone and welcome to Giant Inflatable Pants, the awesome YouTube channel of awesomeness. I am Stevel, and with me are Gigabyte and Misled Madman.
Yo.
Heyo.
And we are going to discuss GTA 5 today.
GTA Online, get it right.
Well, yes,
I was
GTA
told
Online.
something entirely different.
Yeah.
Well, you were
Whoa.
told wrong.
Do you see?
Whoa.
Holy
Oh my
shit!
God.
Do you see this? Oh my God!
That was cool.
What is happening?
Oh, thank God, I'm recording this.
Whoa! I
That's
saw
part
that
of
in
the
the distance.
review.
I was like,
All right.
that's just me. I am
Anyway.
the
That
only one who can
was-
see that.
Nifty.
Alright,
Alright, yeah.
yeah,
So,
so
And
that
that person's
happened.
like, oh, he's coming after us.
That
oh
happened.
god,
in
he's
GTA.
pissed at us. We
Yeah,
didn't
keep
even do
going.
anything.
Keep going. He's gonna pull you out. There
What
you go.
just happened?
Alright, so, yeah, we're going to discuss online in the
Oh, and the trucks are gone
mechanics.
now. That's awesome. All right, yeah, keep going.
Well, for the record, everyone, normally we don't get glitches of this nature. It's actually not too bad of an online game. That we do have our several issues with it, but for the most part, this game's actually pretty damn good. Which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's ever played a GTA before.
Except 4. We're not talking about 4.
4 is a little bit different. It was the
Little
first
bit?
attempt at online.
No,
We can give them some slack.
Let's cut to the chase. 4 is shit.
Yeah,
Now,
let's
this
let's
is-
just leave 4 at that. 4 is
Yeah, okay.
shit.
Alright, moving on, though. 5 is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, the multiplayer in this is pretty solid. It's almost like an MMO all in itself. It's pretty solid. There's definitely complaints. Like for example, every now and then trucks just randomly start flipping and out of nowhere. No,
Which
that
doesn't
actually-
happen all that often,
actually
in all
never
seriousness.
fucking happens.
What are you talking about? That happens all the time.
Yeah, right. It happens all the time. No,
Yes,
but
clearly.
no, like the price of because you have to buy everything. This is one of the major complaints about this system is that it's GTA, it's Grand Theft Auto. You're supposed to steal everything, and Rockstar has set it up to encourage people to actually just buy their higher end vehicles and stuff. Like you can't actually keep everything that you steal. It's only low end cars and shit that you can keep. The other ones you have to go to your website and actually buy, which I will try to do right now. I'm not going to buy anything, but I'll
They also
show
took
you.
the sharks out of the online system, which is total horseshit.
Yeah, they have all these pages here where you can just like buy cars and buy vehicles and planes and shit. But as you can see, some of this shit is extremely overpriced. Like I would love me a nice Hydra, but I'm not paying $3 million for it. So, yeah, there's that. Everybody, anyway, I should introduce, I think, everybody we got here. We got Misled in the front. He's driving. The one with the purple hair and the chin.
There's nothing wrong with this one's chin. It was just my
I
previous
know.
character.
I'm just chilling in the
My
back. so I
chin
can
is
record
fine.
shit. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it to somebody else to talk about. Most of this
Yes,
is
Matt,
pretty
what do you
solid.
think of this game? You haven't said shit so far.
Yeah, because you guys have been busy talking.
Well,
so I
'cause
gotta
we
say,
hate you.
excuse me, I'm talking. Okay, so the first point, actually, I was thinking about the whole money thing, and then not being able to steal every car and immediately throw it in your garage. I could see why people won't like that, but I think it's interesting because at least there's some balance. Because I
Alright,
would
we've heard
imagine the
enough from
first-
Matt. No.
the first thing you would do in this game is probably just steal every single car, throw it in your garage.
Oh,
Be done
yeah,
with it. There's
yeah.
no like when you get a really good car, you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna cherish this with everything. So I think there's balance there.
No, the
But,
only issue that I seriously have with it, which by the way, feel free everybody to back and forth. This is what's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
We have like I agree. I like it. I don't mind the system. I just wish some of the vehicles were a little cheaper. Like some of these are gonna
I'll
take
agree with that.
an extreme
Yeah.
amount of time to be able to collect. But no, like even if every vehicle was nice, it's like the old GTA's. You have a set number of slots you can even use. So you wouldn't be able to take every car, which I think helps balance it out. I don't know. It's if there's a really nice car you see, it just kind of sucks that you can't just immediately put it in your garage and keep it.
That is a good point about the heist, because the amount of time and effort you have to put into the heist, because they're not a cakewalk. They're fucking hard, but
that's
you
a big
don't.
part of this online. We have to definitely talk about that one.
Well, my
don't-
biggest problem... Well, go ahead first, and then I'll...
Yeah, you don't get you get a fair amount of money from the heist,
Sort of.
but considering the amount the shit costs, like cars and clothes and just all the shit you can buy in the game, doesn't really stack up for the amount of time that you put into the heist.
Yeah, I guess we should cover how that works exactly. For anybody interested in the heist, you have to be, I think it's what, level 14 or some shit to even do it?
12.
12, excuse me, thank you. Yeah, it's like level 12 you have to be before you can even do it, which is, it's pretty easy to level up in this game, so that's not a big deal. But, yeah, whoever hosts the heist has to pay an upfront cost. The upfront cost varies depending on the heist, but it usually, like, I think for the first beginning, like, I think the second one that you do, because the first one is covered for you, you can't, like, you don't pay anything for that one, and not only that, it's actually only 2 players, which is highly misleading because the rest of the heists are 4-player required. Steve just jumped out of the car, and
That just happened.
it just happened. And,
Why did you jump out of this mint condition car?
Right, this
So I
car
want
is
people to see the mechanics that don't involve driving.
Yeah,
like
this-
hitting a car with a hammer.
and running over your friends.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Think
no,
about your
it's,
foot.
it's what was I gonna say? You kind of lost track here. Oh yeah. I think the first one that Steve tried and hosted, he had to pay, what was it, like $50,000 an upfront cost?
40, but yeah.
Oh, 40.
yeah, it
Okay.
was-
Yeah, that's like a starting fee. You can't even do any of the missions until then.
That was some ghetto shit right there.
Yeah, it
The
was.
heists actually start out as a series of missions, like pre-missions, like they do in the main game for anybody who's played the main game. You have to do setup missions first, which are usually vary between, I think we've done anywhere from 3 of them to 5 or 6 of them, depending on which heist we do. And
Yeah.
they pay a little bit, but they're a big pain in the ass. And
You also got to mention that there's, and maybe they intended for this to happen, but the pre-missions they don't pay a lot, but you go through them like this.
Yeah.
But the difficulty curve going from the pre-missions to the heist is like, okay, that
Yeah,
was
it's
fun.
insane.
To going to the heist is like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
How many
heists
times
are
have we played this?
insanely hard. If everybody doesn't cooperate and doesn't,
Or if you get a noob.
yeah, you can also get paired up. Like, there's only 3 of us, so in the event that we want to play a heist, we have to get a random 4th.
We do need a random
Yeah,
fourth
that's
person.
another issue with the heist, is just that you have to have 4 people exactly.
Yeah.
You can't have less, you can't have more. You have to, like, if you don't want to play with people online, too fucking bad. You can't do a heist then. There's also only like 5 heists, which is another issue with the game. Again, I don't want to like nitpick everything that's wrong with the game, because it really is a phenomenal game, and I think we're only really discussing bad things with it. But
For the record, I don't leave his comment out if you can, just because we don't know how many heists there are. We haven't gone through them all. We've only done a few.
Oh,
So
that's what
this
I've
is something
heard,
I read
but-
about a while back, but we can't actually confirm that. So, and this being an online system the way it is, they can update it at any time and add more. So,
I suppose that's true. But
yeah, as it stands, no, it's solid. If you're looking for like a GTA experience with your buddies, with like everything GTA has to offer, this is definitely the
that's a
best.
phenomenally fun game.
I would just go ahead and say that we started off with the negatives. Definitely, look, it's not like we're going to be the people who are like, okay, these guys like GTA,
That's
so
right.
fuck it. I'm now getting GTA because
Yeah.
these. But
For the 2
you
YouTube
gotta
viewers we have.
even though we're nitpicking the heist, which is probably the highlight to me of the
It's
online
definitely one of
multiplayer.
Yeah.
It even though we're shitting on them to an extent, they're still fun as fuck. When you're
Yeah, they
done
really
with it,
are.
you're like, whew.
Yeah, you have the sense of accomplishment. It's like you just played. Anybody
Do
who's
you
played
ever?
Ninja Gaiden, it's just very rewarding feeling.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also, this is important to note, this has nothing to do with online. This is just to do with the PC port of this, because that's what we're doing this on.
Yeah.
If there's no other reason, if anybody is on the fence about picking this up, because I know it's expensive, it's like 50, 60 bucks, totally worth it, because...
Still, even though it came out
Port
yeah,
is
this
2 years
came out-
ago.
amazing.
Yeah, this came out forever ago. And this
Yeah.
is the reason why right here. The video options in this are insane. I'm going to actually pull them up right now so that the viewers can see this. This is awesome. You have all of this shit right here to work with. And it's a lot of options. Like, I mean, as you can see, my video memory is exceeded at the top of there at the bar. You can actually turn on and off the limit. They try to limit people who don't know what the hell they're doing, going over their video RAM.
With good reason.
Yeah, with good reason. Like, if you don't know what you're playing around with here, this is a good thing to have. It's just I turned it off because I know what the hell I'm trying to set up here. Yeah, so you have all of these, plus you have advanced options here, and everything else here as well. I mean, this just has an endless fucking options. So, if you're worried that your machine won't be able to handle it, there's a good chance, as long as you're within, you know, the realm of the specifications for this game, you'll be fine, even with much older shit, just because you can dumb it down significantly.
Well, here's the
FYI, we should probably wrap this up soon.
Yeah, we should.
Make your last point.
Yeah, the one thing to make mention of is you have to make sure you have at least, 8 gigs of RAM. Because Steve had an experience earlier with this where his settings were at medium and he was totally fine running the game, but when he went online mode, it would lag something fierce until he got a RAM upgrade. So
yeah, as long as you got at least 8 gigs, you should be fine with that.
Yeah. So I mean, moderately newer systems. You don't have to have top of the line shit to play this. I think Misled is running this on a 650?
650 GTX, and I just want to make one quick point. This game, although it's on low, just because I'm more concerned about frames, especially when shit gets heavy, than actual look, this game looks better and runs better than GTA 4 did.
And that port was shit, so
let that sink in for it was shit, but you gotta understand that this game, the map's bigger, there's more shit, there's more detail, and it runs better. I'm getting a constant 75.
Yeah, the map alone is just...
This game runs perfectly. It's gorgeous. It's really fun, even when you're doing nothing but just running around aimlessly. And just like killing pedestrians and shit with your buddies. It's still mad fun.
Yeah, we've spent hours just doing nothing in this. So,
yeah,
I mean,
we really have.
They have a million things you can do. The heists are something, like we said, you can't even do right off the bat. You have to get to that point. Aside from that, you have a ton of regular missions to do. I mean, basically... Every icon, every blue icon you see on this map right now is something for us to do. Not only that, we get phone calls in your game phone right here, where people actually send you jobs. Which these are all jobs right here.
There's always something to do.
Yeah, there's plenty of shit to do in this, and so if you're looking for a good game to play with your buddies and just kind of either just shoot the shit or actually get something done, this is definitely a good pick.
If you're on the fence, just get it. It's
if you're really on the fence because of the GTA 4 port on PC, because of how shitty that went, then because this is totally different. Totally
I do want to touch on that for a second about ports and all that stuff. I have never seen, and I don't know how much weight you can give this because it's Rockstar, they are a bigger company, but it's like it's not even just the fact that this is a suitable port for PC. The fact that how much of a 180 they made from 4, which is clunky and ran like shit, from 5 that has all the small little details. They didn't just make a decent PC port that ran well. They went fucking options, like the RAM meter, for example, the video RAM meter. I've never seen that in any other PC game.
That being able to play golf and tennis and darts and all the minor shit.
If you look at the map right now, we have on the left we have the city. I can see the city in the background. And on the right, we have the suburbs, which is all the mountains and the it's just there's just so much to this map that you can there's so much to enjoy. But yeah, we probably should wrap this up soon. I guess we
need to wrap this up now,
but yeah,
no,
go
but
ahead
it's a
and
great
lead
game.
us out, I guess, Steve.
That's no, it's a great game, well worth getting. I thoroughly recommend it. If you can't think of a reason to get it, just get it for the sake of having something fun to dick around in.
Yeah, again, we know it's expensive. It's going to be expensive for a while.
But it's well worth it.
Auto, it's just going to stay expensive. But it's worth it. I think anybody who's at least even moderately interested in the series should definitely pick it up because it's just a lot of fun.
It's without a doubt the best game in the series.
Good. Again, as long as you check first to make sure your machine can handle it, because nobody. But thanks for listening to our. I guess it's not really a review so much. It's just kind of like our opinions.
Banter, but no, it's all our
opinions and our it's our opinions, our experiences, and what we've done on this so far. Obviously, GTA 5 is its own separate thing. That has no part in this. I guess I would call it a review for the sake of the argument. But yeah, just because it operates a little differently than this, and we can't really play with our buddies. But yeah.
Well, take care, everyone, and thanks for listening.